After a long workday, one of the last things anyone wants to do is work out. But we know exercise is good for our bodies and our minds.
So if you're not really a morning person, Dr. Mimi Secor has 6 suggestions that will help you stick to the goals and work out after work.
It's the hardest time to work out after work, depending upon the kind of day you had, how many hours you worked. But if you plan ahead, that's like step number 1.
Well, let's start with that. Step number 1, plan ahead. What do we need to do here?
So I keep my gym bag in the car. It's all ready to go. So that helps a lot. If you have everything with you, including your water bottle, even filled with water, everything, shoes, workout clothes, earbuds, everything. Sometimes it even makes sense to put your workout clothes on at work before you leave, so you have no excuses. Now, that doesn't always work, but that can make a difference. It's the planning ahead that is really key.
Speaking of planning ahead, step 2 is plan to work out with a friend.
Well, that's a great idea because then you have some built-in accountability, right? But what if the friend doesn't show up? And what are you going to do? Check out? So you have to really commit to yourself. And that's why it's important to ask yourself the why of why do I even want to exercise after work? If the why is because you're totally committed to getting healthy, whether it's to lose weight or feel better or get so that if you go down on the floor, you can get back up, whatever your why is, you've really got to dig deep after work to make sure you follow through, with or without a friend.
Step 3, this can be a tough one to keep on yourself for, but don't procrastinate.
Oh my goodness, don't procrastinate. Take action, even if it's only for a few minutes. The key to changing your habits is the habit, not the intensity. So if you exercise for 5 minutes, 10 minutes, 15 minutes, that's way better than skipping a day. Can you spare 15 minutes? So it's really the habit, not the intensity that matters.
This one seems interesting to me. Step 4, take a break.
Oh man, I can speak to that one. With clinical work, it's so intense that often you're lucky if you can get to the bathroom. You're lucky if you can inhale a yogurt in the midst of your clinical day. When I travel, I often don't get to my hotel till later in the day, sometimes even evening. And I would always skip exercise. Now I exercise after I take a little rest. So I pull out my phone. I set an alarm for half an hour. I even put my workout clothes on. I put my sneakers on a towel on my hotel bed. Everything's ready to go. So when I wake up, I don't hesitate. I just jump out of that bed. Because guess what? You have about 5 seconds until your brain will start talking you out of a healthy intention.
To me, that seems counterintuitive to not just jump right in, but it makes a lot of sense.
Well, you're in that business. You jump right in. You're on an atomic time schedule, right? But a lot of people, they'll start listening to the little voice in their head that says, oh, just go home. You worked so hard today. You need a reward. Ben and Jerry's is in the freezer. They're your friends. And it just goes on and on and on. It's terrible.
Oh, it definitely can. And on that note, one of your steps here, step 5, work out at home. Is that the easiest thing that we could do?
It is not. That's why a lot of people, they have treadmills and they use them to hang their laundry on.
Yeah.
So it is hard. One of the aspects of accountability that you get in a gym is you have other people there. And over time, you get to know those other people and they expect you there at certain times. So working out at home can work, but you've got to be pretty disciplined. And what I suggest is do something at home that's fun, whether it's hula hooping, jump roping, stretching on the floor, dancing to your favorite music. Make it fun so it's reinforcing the habit. Otherwise, working out at home is probably not going to happen.
All right, last one on the list here. Consider mindful exercise, which is helpful in other ways.
Oh, absolutely. So a few years ago, I decided to really commit to stretching after I exercise. And I thought over the years it was like the least important aspect. But then I started doing it and I combined breathing exercises, which are meditative for me. So I count my breaths. So what I do with each stretch is I say to myself, inhale, 2, 3, hold, 2, 3, exhale, 2, 3. I do that between 1 and 3 times with every stretch. And then my mind can't think of anything because I'm counting. So that works for me where my brain is very busy all the time. And now I can say I meditate. It's not an hour a day. It's however long it takes me to stretch.
Well, like you said, 15 minutes, that's nothing in our day.
Nothing. Cut back a little on your TV, cut back a little on wherever your time wasters are, and you can do it. Just establish the habit with as little time as you need to get that habit established, and you'll be good to go. Remember, the habit is more important than the intensity. And you got to plan in advance for working out after work.
Dr. Mimi Secor is a nurse practitioner and works with other clinicians on health and fitness education. To see some of her work or to learn more about reaching your own fitness goals, you can actually text Dr. Mimi to 36260. That should be popping up at the bottom of your screen, but you'll also find that information in the 207 section of our website. There it is.
It's not the intensity, it's the habit.
Right.
I like what she had to say. When we return to 207, this weekend marks the unofficial end to the summer, but there are plenty of warm days still to come.